football is a lot like boxing. This is a classic jab. You know what I'm saying? From a football standpoint. You know what I mean? First of all, beautiful, beautiful play fake. They think we're running. It's actually an end around to Jalen Reagor. This play is actually supposed to be played multiple times during the course of the game because you want the defense to overcommit to what you've been doing. You run this multiple times. You set them up with this jab, and then you throw that cross right in their face, going the opposite side of the way for a big gain. I don't understand the play calling. Should have been called more than once. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Well, there you have it.
In 2.1 miles,
there you have it.
Turn right onto Dumfries Road.
Either way, I get my wish. Either way, I get to see more of what Jalen Hurts can do, or I was hoping to see how Carson Wentz would bounce back. But I believe that Carson Wentz, his story ain't over. It's far from over, man. This is a wild season, and these are the keys to victory for Jalen Hurts to pull off what could be the impossible, what could be the most crazy win of this season if this dude can go in here and beat the Saints. It changes everything in Philadelphia. It changes everything in the NFC East. If he can go in here and beat the Saints, then listen, based upon his skill set already, I think he will be a handful for the last two divisional games that we have. The biggest question mark was, could any of our quarterbacks and the way our offense moves slow, could we be able to, take it to the Saints? I think the Cardinals are very beatable, but could we take it to the Saints? The Saints, an immovable object, a juggernaut. Now, I will say this. I think the Philadelphia Eagles put themselves in a weird situation by announcing the starter so early, because you virtually give the Saints a whole week to game plan for Taysom Hill at a lower stage. You see what I'm saying? Like I said on my last couple videos, man, they've been playing against guys like Jalen Hurts for a couple years now. They've been playing against guys like Jalen Hurts for a couple years now. They know what Jalen Hurts brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? They got their own Jalen Hurts in a way in Taysom Hill. So we just got to see how that pans out based upon how they're going to prepare. But the first key for Jalen Hurts in the offense is to continue to take what the defense is giving them. I think Jalen Hurts did a good job of that. I think he did a good job of making a decision and going with his decision. You know what I'm saying? He came off to me as a guy who was one read and running a little bit, but that's at a small sample size. Maybe he can show me more. Maybe he could go through the progressions fast, and maybe he could try to dissect the defense. But this is his true first NFL start. So he just got to take what the defense gives him. The second key to victory will be for the offense has to use the jab. Now, we talked about the jab in the beginning of this video. You got to use the jab. I look at football like boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to use the jab if you're the offense. The offense does it. The offense never uses the jab. They never do a good job of using a jab. A jab could come in many forms. A jab could come into a jet sweep that can get the defense, not so used to what you're doing. A jab could come in the form of a screen play. A jab could come in the form of a run, off-tackle run. The jab could come in the form of as a draw play. We don't use the jab at all. Use the jab, get the defense off target, and basically see if you can take some advantages, some play action. Listen, I said in my other video that I like the velocity and the zip on the ball that Jalen Hurts is throwing, but at the same time, we just need to see more. So we all going to get our wish. We're all going to get our wish this upcoming Sunday and seeing what Jalen Hurts could bring to the table. I'm going to be glued into this game like no other because there's other things that I want to look at. But let's keep it on to the keys. Now, the third key is sticking with the run game. They still haven't did it. They talked about how they could run more. Miles Sanders had 10 carries. 10 carries. You know what I'm saying? When your play calling is so bad, at some point you got to abandon the run. You got to abandon the run. Because you can't run your way back into a game in most cases, unless you're Aaron Jones and you run on the Philadelphia Eagles to seal a game. But you can't run your way out of catch-up sometimes. So you got to stay with the run, man. You got to stay with the run. I'm interested. Now, my keys to victory for the defense, a lot of this depends on if Darius Slay is going to play. If Darius Slay isn't going to play, then there's nobody on our roster that can come close to even being close enough in the frame when they show the replays of Michael Thomas scoring. At least Darius Slay is in the frame. You know what I mean? Darius Slay, I owe Slay an apology because he was solid. solid the vast majority of the year, except for the DK Metcalf game and the Devontae Adams game. But those dudes are just two studs, out of this world studs, period. You can't expect nobody to play man-to-man all day, all night, and expect good things to happen. But the defense has to find a way to, make Taysom Hill uncomfortable. Take something away. Either take the throwing lane away or take the legs away. I don't think we're good enough to take the throwing lane away of a team like that, but maybe we can contain them a little bit. But, hey, we let Daniel Jones run for an 80-yard run on us. So I don't know what we're going to be able to do, man, as far as the defense is concerned. But the defense has been playing winning football the last 2 weeks, actually. The defense did enough to beat Seattle. They did. Seattle's offense has been in the funk for quite some while, if you ask me. But the offense did enough to beat Seattle. And I think the defense played really well when they had to against the Packers. We put up 3 and we forced them to punt. You know what I'm saying? We made it a 7-point game and we forced 2 3-and-outs. They played well enough to give the offense a chance to go out there and make their mark. The defense just got to keep their head in the game and keep doing what they're doing. It all boils down to how the game is going to be called. I'm looking at Doug Peterson to see, is he now finally going to go with some rollouts? Is that what he's going to do now all of a sudden? Is Doug going to change up what he's been doing all of a sudden? I'm looking at things like that. Is the offense going to look more energized? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at stuff like that because, I can give you some predictions right now. Jalen Hurts is going to have over 50 yards rushing. He's going to, because the offensive line is not going to hold up. And he's going to do what his first instinct is, and that's to run to the chains. He's that type of player. He's built like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to give out no predictions on how he looks, but we can only hope that he can be as good as Kyler Murray. We can only hope that he can be as groomed and as good as Russell Wilson. We can only hope for those things. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could be somewhat of a Deshaun Watson type player. Who knows what the history? Who knows what lies ahead of this young man's career? He's going to get his shot, and I hope the Philadelphia Eagles pull out the win. You know what I'm saying? I'm behind him 100%. He's the starting quarterback of the team that I report on week in and week out. I wish him nothing but the best. At the same time, the coaching staff has to do what they have to do to put him in the best situation to succeed. Don't go out there and be fooled, Eagles Nation. Don't be fooled by him having a bad game and we're just saying, oh, it's because he's a rookie. Listen, if this kid goes out there and has a bad game or some of the same games that Carson Wentz was having, it's simply because he, too, is not being put in the best situation to succeed. Put him in a situation, and I'm sorry for the GPS being on. I'm sorry, I'm going to go link up with my man at his gym. My man got a gym. I'll probably go live in there to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pick up my 90-day program. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get the body back. Time to get on Keto Brunson status. But, at the end of the day, man, a lot of stuff got to change as far as play calling is concerned. And I think the Philadelphia Eagles have to absolutely look at putting this young man in the best situation to succeed. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. Jalen Hurts was named the starter. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.